maybe there are some attempts to sort out this matter. I come under Order 8, Rule 4 on a matter of urgent public importance. Mr. Speaker, I want to present to this House of the People the attack on the Deputy President of the Senate, the attempt on his family and himself. And I wish that the House and yourself grant me the permission to come under our rules and that it be held urgently and today. Thank you very much. Nigeria Federal Constituency from Enugu State. This is a matter of urgent public importance on the armed attack on the Deputy President of the Senate, Senator Ike Ekweremmadu, and members of his family. The House notes with severe concern the attempt on the life of the Deputy President of the Senate, Senator Ike Ekweremmadu, CFR, and members of his family. The House further notes that on Tuesday, November 6, 2018, at about 4 a.m., some men armed with dangerous weapons and house-breaking devices discreetly evaded the security at the upper residence of the Deputy President of the Senate and gained entry into his house. The House is aware that the armed men took hold of Senator Ekweremmadu's son and commanded him to lead them to his father's bedroom. The House further notes, is further aware that it was at the senator's bedroom that a struggle ensued between the Deputy Senate President along with his son and the assailants, leading to the arrest of one of the armed men while the rest managed to escape. The House is aware of the poor response of the Nigerian police in spite of several calls to various officers at the early stages of the attack. The House is cognizant of the need to ensure the security of lives and property of all Nigerians, irrespective of class, tribe, or religion. The House resolves to set up an ad hoc committee to investigate the attack on the Deputy President of the Senate and members of his family and the circumstances regarding the late response of the Nigerian police to this emergency. 2, urge the relevant security agencies to ensure increased security and surveillance around the Deputy President of the Senate as well as other leaders of the National Assembly. I so move. Mr. Speaker, it is with sadness and helplessness that I seek the intervention of this House regarding what has become one too many on attacks on the Deputy President of the Senate. He is not harassed by some agencies, he is under attack by criminals and hoodlums. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, on the 6th of November, by 4 a.m., the Deputy President of the Senate was accosted with some hoodlums, by some hoodlums, who had access to his bedroom. You need to watch the clip of what happened. And it is only by God's intervention that the man is alive today. But the sad aspect of this was the fact that on several phone calls to the Nigerian police, including the IG, whose phone was off, The DIG, almost about 7 calls, there wasn't any intervention. It took almost 7 hours for the divisional police officer to come to his house. As a matter of fact, the senator was not only responsible for securing himself, he had to resort to self-help by attacking the assailants. And it's just by God's will that he was able to overcome that exposure to risk. As a matter of fact, his son had his head broken. And as I talked to you, he's still in the hospital. And it is unfortunate that the police that took hours to respond, when they eventually came, they came to a summary conclusion that it was burglary. And they have not had access to all the evidence. They have not even interviewed all the people involved. Some of the assailants that have escaped have not even been interviewed. They have not been arrested. So it would go to account for with regard to the quality of policing we have in this country. If it may not be possible for anybody to determine who goes to anybody's house to attack, but the little our law enforcement agents owe us is to intervene quickly and make sure that thorough investigation is done, so that preventive action is taken to avert anybody being subject to this type of malady. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I think it is important that when any of our citizens is threatened, we should respond adequately. You don't have to be highly placed. You only have to be a Nigerian, and that is what the Nigerian state owes you. And when you are highly placed, the expectation is that you should, because you're a politically exposed person, the expectation is that you should have adequate protection. And if this could happen to somebody who is so privileged, who is about the number 5 person in this country, I now wonder what happens to us less mortals and people in our communities. So the reason why this is being brought is not just because of Senator Ekweremmadu. It is more importantly with regard to the quality of services we render. We need to make amends where it is necessary. And we must determine why this response has to come the way it did, whether it's a matter of laxity or it's a matter of willfulness not to respond to this type of emergency. So, honorable colleagues, I want to crave the indulgence of my colleagues that you support this motion and that this type of peril should be prevented. Thank you very much.
I serve it.